What's up, everybody? King Gabe here. Just want to let you guys know, definitely like, share, subscribe. Definitely. So super thanks, super chat, super thanks, super chat. Buy some of our available books, and also support us on that Patreon, just like your boy AJ the Supreme, Big Sis KC, and also Iceman Universe. Also, definitely hang out with us on Facebook and Discord, and also sell some stuff on that Macari app. Now, without further ado, let's hear from the Queen.
Hello everybody, this is Queen Tina, and the reason I'm doing this video is I'm going to give you a history of Bubblelina, and it's mainly talking about my Bubblelina series of how I came up with Bubblelina to what I'm going to do with the Bubblelina series now. And before I get into that, let's just say, before I came up with Bubblelina, Gabriel came up with a hero in his Heroes of Dream series way back in 2004 called Bubble Girl. And then when Gabriel told me about his Heroes of Dream series and thinking about redoing it, and I told him maybe we should just call Bubble Girl Bubblelina because it sounds more feminine, and that idea stick. And she became the hero of the Heroes of Dream series, as well as his other heroes, Star Striker and the rest of his crew. And before he wrote the Heroes of Dream series, I wrote my own summary of Bubblelina's beginning. And the original draft, I made a city called Mermaids, and it was just something that random. So in the revised version, that's what I have. I just changed the city name from Mermaids to simple Atlantis. So I'm just gonna read it to you. It's only a 2-page summary of Bubblelina's beginning. Okay. In an underwater kingdom called Atlantis was a sea king and queen who gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. They had a happy life in Atlantis until the sea witch showed up and destroyed parts of Atlantis. The sea king tried to have a battle with the sea witch, but the sea witch is more powerful than the sea king, that he had a hard time destroying her. The sea witch put a very powerful spell on the sea king, that he lost the battle and died. The sea queen grieved the loss of her husband, that she was thinking about giving her daughter a better life to a loving and deserving family on land. The sea queen left her baby daughter on the beach and kissed her goodbye. The sea queen hides behind a rock to watch over her until somebody finds her. The sea queen's daughter was found by a loving couple named Jonathan and Carol Smith. The couple adopted and named her Marina Aquafina Smith. 16 years later, Marina still lives a normal life on land. She attends the Seaview High School, has friends, became an honor student, and joined a swim team. She had a typical life of any normal teenager until her 16th birthday. On the night of her 16th birthday, she started having strange dreams of swimming underwater alone and discovered a strange encounter that was very unknown to her. The next morning, she started to feel strange, like every time she holds an item, it sticks onto her hand, has an intense thirst for salt water, eating in a strange way, and swimming at a fast pace. Marina started to have strange power when she made a large bubble out of water, and her voice gets very loud when she sings. When she got in the bathtub, her legs have turned into a fishtail. Marina was in a total panic that she dried her entire body off as quickly as possible to get rid of the problem, put her clothes back on, and ran out of her house. Marina spent some time alone with her thoughts on the beach. Marina thought that she was alone until a strange woman with a fishtail came out of the ocean. That strange woman was the sea goddess. The sea goddess told Marina about why she's a mermaid, her real parents from the sea, Atlantis, and the sea witch. The sea goddess told Marina that they needed someone powerful to destroy the sea witch and save Atlantis. So, the sea goddess gave Marina a magic pink pearl that can transform into an aquatic superhero. Marina held the pearl up in the air and transformed into an aquatic superhero in a blue, green, pink, and gold colored costume. She still has legs when she's on dry land, but when she's in the water, her legs turn into a fishtail. Marina couldn't still believe that she's a mermaid and a superhero all at once. The sea goddess warned Marina to keep her mermaid heritage and superhero identity a secret from human beings. Marina went underwater as a mermaid to see what Atlantis is like. Marina can't believe that her eyes that half of Atlantis was destroyed by the sea witch and broke down in tears from looking at the city. Marina decided to have a battle with the sea witch that she swims to the sea witch's hideout and found the sea witch putting on some of the mer people in captivity. The sea witch went out of her hideout for a while, and Marina is trying to get the mer people out of the sea witch's cave. Marina let the mer people out and the sea witch came back. The sea witch is trying to have a battle with Marina by using her dark magic. Marina tried to make water-formed bubbles and throw them at the sea witch, and the sea witch threw the bubbles back at Marina and hit her very hard. Marina also used her powerful singing voice to defeat the sea witch, and the sea witch magic is still powerful. Marina has had a stray until the sea goddess gave Marina a magical tiara that turns into a trident. So, Marina gave that powerful trident a shot and the sea witch is finally defeated. The mer people thank Marina for defeating the sea witch. The sea goddess and Marina used both of their powers to rebuild Atlantis, and the mer people were happy again. The sea goddess wants to call Marina Bubble Girl, but Marina wants to call herself Bubblelina as her superhero name. Marina is now Bubblelina and she has everything ahead of her. A triple life as a teenager, a mermaid, and a superhero. Marina may have a busy life from high school to saving the world, but Marina must keep her mermaid tail powers and superhero identity a secret from humans. That includes her adopted parents. There's a possibility that Bubblelina might bump into people who have superpowers just like her, with different personalities that they might form into a powerful team of superheroes, fighting crime and saving the world. Who knows? I think Bubblelina is here to stay. As for the sea witch, she is still alive and she wants to destroy Bubblelina. Don't worry, Bubblelina will fight in another battle with the sea witch someday. And this is all I have for Bubblelina's beginning that I did, like, I would say over 10 years ago, before Gabriel wrote her in the Heroes of Dreams series. And these are the copies of what Gabriel wrote, where Bubblelina is mainly where Bubblelina is in the issues. You have issue 4. Issue 4, which is discovery within the bubbles, mainly about where she come from. She was also on issue 6, which is mainly just a team up story of how the Heroes of Dreams form into a team. And then you have Heroes of Dreams, book number 8, A Prophesized Outcast of Destruction. Bubblelina issue 9. Not Bubblelina issue 9, Heroes of Dreams issue 9. The Rising of a Faithful Union. And she's also mentioned in the anniversary special that Gabriel wrote, titled Season 1 Anniversary Movie Book. And issue in issue number 4. You can see her, she's in a cheery mood, and Gabriel mentioned that she based her off of Starfire because of her cheeriness. And then in this version, she's an elementary school student, and she's 8 years old in the Heroes of Dream book series, and she has both parents living in Atlantis, a Sea King and a Sea Queen, and they're both alive. And she also has an assistant. This is some of the pictures of Bubblelina that he drew in the book. And this is this is where she lives, her sea castle. And I think I came up with the name for her mom named Oshira before I changed it for the comic book series. And she had an assistant named Organa. And I don't even remember where I came up with the Sea King's name. It's somewhere in the book. I know he was mentioned. Okay, the Sea King's name is Aquarius. And this is what he looked like in the book. And then she has her own villain named Silly Willy, because he wants to capture mermaids as well as other creatures to make it his own. And then in issue number 6, we see the team forming together, and I remember there was one funny part in issue 6 when Bubblelina tries to bless the food for the very first time because she hasn't done it before, that she was ranting about it, like, thank you for this food, and then she wants to thank a whole lot of her friends, as well as the details of the food. She was going on and on because this was her first time saying grace. And then Julie just had enough that she just put a lemon wedge in her mouth, and Melody and at the time her name was Melody Smith, and she said, "Did I go too long?" And Julie said, "Yes, you did." And Julie just finished the rest in Jesus' name, amen, because they want to get to the food. That was funny. That was the funniest part in issue 6. That I remember. And in book 9, A Prophesized Outcast of Destruction, you see the introduction of Darkina. And then we also see, and this is her type of people. And in the Heroes of Dream series, you notice that they also have tails and clothes put together, and the way he drew it, tails and clothes together. Before I came up with the series that made the mer people more natural. And I'm not gonna go detail into the entire book. I'm just showing you pictures of what he came up with. And this is called the Sky Atlantean people. That the Sky Atlanteans and the Mer people were at war with each other in book number 8. And it took place in the fall time. And you see Melody as well as her friends having a blast at the fall festival, and Melody is the one with the maid uniform, all light blue. And this is her new friend Her name is Zoe, but later on she'll become Sunrisha later on. but she became Darkina first because she was under evil influence, And we also see Bubblelina have some friends. You see, she has Crystal. She's sort of like the girly girl of the group. Then you have Gina. She's sort of the athletic girl of the group, mixed with tomboyish. Elisa, she's sort of a fashionista. But you'll see, but I did recycle the character later in my comic series. But she'll have a different characteristic in the comic series as well as the novel series. And then Holly, which is the cheery nerd the cheerlead bookworm of the group. And you also and then a picture of her parents. And then he also came up with a merman prophet. A merman prophet about the prophecy. And he stated that that I have a prophecy you must hear, that an innocent being that is not of our likeness will come along with a great evil. If it isn't stopped, Atlantis could be doomed for destruction. So they have to fight that greater evil. Bubblelina and her friends. And that greater evil, which is Darkina. In the first few chapters, you just see Bubblelina and her friends having a slumber party, and Zoe was in the slumber party with them. And then also in the book you see where Zoe came from, and she comes from an egg, and let's just say she wasn't surprised about her origin story. And plus she also has a brother too, named Riley. She just lived with Riley and as well as her single mom, because we don't know where her father is at. Let's just say she was in a state of shock about where she really came from, because it's hard for her to process. So Serena came to the picture. This is the Sea Witch in the Years of Dream series, all in red. And she also has a shark assistant named Kuza. And I've also put Kuza in my new series too, as well as the Sea Witch Serena. And then we see that Melody tried to cheer Zoe up. She tried to cheer her up until Serena put a spell on Zoe and made her into Darkina. And you could see what Zoe had become under evil influence. But everything will change in book number 9, which is the rising of a faithful union. And the first book, I'm not going to go into detail, is mainly a battle between Bubblelina versus Darkina, that they had to fight one another, which is very difficult, because Darkina used to be Zoe inside, and used to be Zoe, so she had to just fight her best friend. and then in the picture we see that Gina had to intervene into the fight. And then when they are at war with each other. And the next chapter, her assistant Organa tried to cheer Bubblelina up and tell her that everything's going to be okay, everything's going to be all right. That Darkina will change. And then we also see Bubblelina and Serena meet each other for the first time, as well as Serena as a teenager casting spells. And I think they also mentioned that Bubblelina knows the truth about Darkina, and it turns out that Darkina is Sully. And everybody wasn't shocked when they know the truth. And these are Sully's real parents, the Sky Atlanteans, named Tavares and Tamika. Tavares as the king and Tamika as the queen. And they don't look too bad. And then there's also a prophet for the Sky Atlanteans. And this is their castle up in the sky. And it looked like we started to have a change. And this is Zoe with a special type of jewel with wings, and she's beginning to transform into Sunrisha. So the evil of Darkina has officially come out of her. It's also reminded me of in the Power Ranger series when Tommy became the Green Ranger, and then episodes later Sordon made him the White Ranger because all the Green Ranger's powers had been destroyed. And we also see Serena sitting in her chair with her hinge chart, plotting on what she's going to do next. And now you see Bubblelina and Sunrisha becoming a duo, trying to fight Serena together, as well as the rest of her friends fighting the sharks too. And you also see Crystal having her power when she touch something. It becomes what her fists turn into. Like she touched a certain jewel and becomes crystal, like a fist of diamonds, and it became a fist of diamonds that blinded the sharks. And even the prophet start to fight too, has some fighting moves. And you see one of the sharks being puffed. You see one of the sharks being blinded by makeup powder by all the girls, as well as having their fins being burnt by curling irons. And all the sharks been defeated, and even the dolphins joined the fight. And they also tickled them too. And you see that Sunrisha be reunited with her real parents. Well, mainly in the picture with the Sea King, that he is very proud of her. and now they are gathered together to put their powers together as one. And this is Sunrisha in her battle pose. And this is Sunrisha solo stopping the evil from the sky. And look like you get a happy ending when King Tavarius proposed to her mom, to her real mom, and they look like they live happily ever after. I think that is a happy ending. When the Sea King proposed to her mom, I think they mentioned, like, I think that the Queen of the Sky Atlanteans, like, she's no longer in the picture, and she was no longer in the picture, the Queen of the Sky Atlanteans. Mention the heroes of, and mention the book 9 of the Heroes of Dream book series, but they did have a happy ending, and they all became a family. And in the season 1 anniversary movie book, you get the details of the characters. Mainly, I'm just gonna tell the characters. Mainly, I'm just gonna tell the characters of just Melody and her friends. She is Dream League member number 4. Her civilian name is Melody Lee Smith, aka Bubblelina, is also known as the Princess of the Ocean Atlanteans. Her age is 8. Her birthday is May 1st of 2003. And her abilities is various martial arts, hand-to-hand combat techniques, magically change her or someone else's appearance, healing, and fire bubbles that explode, capture and catch things. And her arsenal is the bubble, trident, and saucer. Now for her friends introductions. Sunrisha is Dream League member number 7. Her civilian name is Zoe Jones, aka Sunrisha, Princess of the Sky Atlanteans. Her age is also 8. Her birthday is August 1st of 2003. Her abilities are various martial arts, hand-to-hand combat techniques, magically change her or someone else's appearance at will, healing, emitting vibrant sound waves, creating strong winds from her wings, sunbeams, and all the senses and abilities of both the lion and the eagle. Her arsenal is a sun lance and saucer. Crystal is Dream League member number 9. Her civilian name is Harmony Miller, aka Crystal. She's 8 years old. Her birthday is the same as Melody's, May 1st of 2003. Her abilities is various martial arts, hand-to-hand combat techniques, magically change her or someone else's appearance, healing, and the ability to make her fist to become like the exterior of any item she touches at will. She hasn't assigned an arsenal. She don't have an arsenal yet. Dream League member number 10 is Ebony Coleman, aka Gina. Her age is 8. Her birthday is the same as Melody as well as Crystal's, May 1st of 2003. Her abilities is various martial arts, hand-to-hand combat techniques, magically change her or someone else's appearance, healing, and super strength. She also don't have an arsenal yet. Dream League member number 11 is is Alicia. Her civilian name is Ivory Thompson. Her age is also 8. Her birthday is the same as Melody, Crystal, and Gina, May 1st of 2003. Her abilities is various martial arts, hand-to-hand combat, magic change someone else's appearance, healing, and the ability to change the surrounding temperature and emit sonic waves of that temperature from her hands. And she don't have an arsenal. And the last one, Dream Elite member number 12, Holly. Her civilian name is Bella Stafford. She is also 8. Her birthday is the same as Melody, Alicia, Crystal, and Gina, May 1st of 2003. Her abilities are various martial arts, hand-to-hand combat techniques. She can magically change to someone else's appearance, healing, and shot aurora beams from her hands. And her arsenal has an assignment. She doesn't have an arsenal just yet. And let's just say it's mainly a long book. It has an introduction of who knows, as well as a villain named Goldbull Cruncher. And they also have a boy with wing that all the girls have a crush on named Christian. And the anniversary special. I won't go into detail since the book is very long. Now I'm going to tell you about my comic book series, which is mainly Bubblelina. So far I did issues number 1 through 5 before I converted into the novel series. This is issue 1, issue number 2, issue number 3, issue number 4, and issue number 5. Well, both issue number 1 and 2 is based on the Bubblelina beginning summary that I wrote from over 10 years ago, but it's been rebooted, except I made Bubblelina into a middle school student at the age of 11 and changed the name instead of Marina Aquafina Smith, her name has been changed to Melissa Doris Robinson. And in the first series, I mentioned in Bubblelina's beginning, she had a dream on her 16th birthday. But in the comic book series, she just mainly had a dream of her becoming a mermaid, and she was saving her crush named Chris from school, from drowning. And she woke up from her dream, and she realized that she was late for school. And her parents' name is Jonathan and Carolyn Robinson. I still kept the name of her adopted parents in the series. And then what I remember, she was late for school, that she had her breakfast to go. She had to have her breakfast to go. And she was late to class, and she was trying to get away until one of her friends named William busted her. And she was busted by the teacher. And let's just say Melissa was mad at William for ratting her out like that. And then we see her having lunch with her friends William as well as another friend named Nicole. And they were enjoying lunch until she saw her crush named Chris, and and let's just say Melissa really likes Chris so much that she wanted to be his friend until until there's another girl who also likes Chris named Alicia. And instead of making Alicia Melissa's friend, she is more like her rival that bullies her, as well as giving Melissa a hard time. That Alicia wants Chris to herself. Let's just say she just made her, that she made fun of her, she just made her cry and stuff. And let's just say Chris is just annoyed by Alicia. And then moments on, Melissa was displeased of the grade which she received, which is a B- from her, I think, history or English homework, that English test that her adopted parents decided to take Melissa to the beach. They still want to take her to the beach despite her grade, because she did work hard. She did work hard and study hard. That they still reward her to take her to the beach. And at the beach, Melissa went swimming. And while she swam, she was encountered by sharks. Sharks that she just swam as fast as she could until her legs turned into a tail, and she was in a state of shock that I couldn't believe that I'm a mermaid. And then while she was still underwater, she encountered a woman who also have a mer tail too, and her name is Narissa, and turns out she's her biological mother, and she told her that you are Bubblelina, and also gave her the backstory of where she came from, and everything from Bubblelina's beginning is in the comic series, as well as the novel series that I'm writing right now. And everything is almost the same. Narissa told her backstory, as well as giving her a transformation pearl. Melissa transforms into Bubblelina with the pearl, and then she have to fight Serena and her minions, Kuza and his crew. And then they fight, and then she finally destroyed the sharks. And in the end, Narissa tell Bubblelina that she had to keep her identity a secret from her friends and family. So she has a triple life as a preteen, as well as going to school and becoming a superhero and a mermaid all at the same time. And in my novel series mainly is mainly based on issues 1 through 4, but in more detail. But mainly in more detail. So this is all I have for now in the history of Bubblelina. And if you like, I'm still, my comic series are still up for sale for $7 an issue. And also, same goes with my husband's Gabriel's Star Striker series, and also his upcoming novel series. Gabriel's upcoming novel series is also up for sale too. And if you like what you see, please like, subscribe, and also support us all on Patreon, and buy some of our available works we have for you. And I really hope you have a nice day, and bye everyone.